What's up, YouTube? I'm Shabazz. What's up to my connoisseurs? Hope you're staying healthy. Hope you're staying safe. Today we're going to be checking out some flower, some THCA flower from a better dispensary out of North Carolina. Before we get into that though, I got to give a huge shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. They're keeping my channel going and growing. Remember, my channel is not monetized, so I rely on the support of my patrons over on Patreon, everybody who cops my merch, and everybody who uses my coupon codes and links to shop. Information for all of that, including a coupon code for everything you see in today's video, will be down on my landing page in the video description. All right, I got a nice little goodie box from a better dispensary out of North Carolina. And what's really interesting, right? Not a lot of people thought that North Carolina or any of the Carolinas or anywhere in the South really would be any sort of a cannabis powerhouse. But with the advent of hemp flower and everything, we've seen that North Carolina has really become the Southeast kind of California when it comes to cannabis. All right, on top of this box was a letter to law enforcement. Right now when I opened it though, to make this video, that letter to law enforcement slid underneath my table and behind my computer tower. I am not nimble or dexterous enough to go fish that out without completely moving a bunch of stuff around, but it did come with a letter to law enforcement. We got a bunch of, what are these? Shreds, packing paper, shred. We got some stickers right on top. Let's check those out. Better dispensary. And the last sticker is just a big old 420. All right, and then down in here, we have our flower. The strains we'll be checking out today: Kush Mint, Modern Classic, Sour Cherry Gelato, a very modern strain. Now this is a classic, the Green Crack. And we'll quickly take a look at some of these gummies. No COAs in the box, but it is worth noting, on every product there is a QR code right there to find the COA. Unfortunately, it does look like they just have potency tests, not full panel. It's always nice to have full panel and know if there's pesticides, heavy metals, etc. All right, let's check out some of these strains. And we'll go newest to oldest, kind of save the best for last. First, let's check out some of the Sour Cherry Gelato. Now, I've checked out some Lemon Cherry Gelato before, never had Sour Cherry Gelato. At first, I thought this was probably just gonna be a pheno of Lemon Cherry Gelato, but it turns out this might be Sour Cherry crossed with Gelato and not just a Lemon Cherry Gelato pheno. So we'll smell it and see what the difference is. These are sealed, comes with the little seal. I mean, that smells like some modern weed. This smells like what my street be smelling like every morning. Very dank. I would say this almost smells like a sour OG Kush, just a little bit. It's not super fruity. It's got the cherry and the gelato in the name, but really, I'm just getting a lot of sour and diesel. But it's different from sour diesel. There is another element. It's kind of that new, modern, a little bit of that cologne smell, but not really fruity. It's kind of a sour, cologne-y, diesel smelling strain. And visually, this is looking really nice. Again, really modern looking, really nice, dense nug structure, perfect manicure trim job. All right, and let me bring you in on the Sour Cherry Gelato. Like I said, it's really dense, really tight manicure trim job. Extremely frosty, as you would expect from a strain such as this. It's looking really good. This is definitely some top shelf indoor flower. All right, no question, no doubts about that. Now, someone suggested, I think it was one of my patrons over on Patreon, they said, look, when you're doing these THCA reviews, even if you're not going to personally go all in and smoke the flower and do all that, they said, why don't you mouth some smoke and see what the flavor is like, at least. So I gotta chill them. This is not a crack pipe, all right? All you Dynavap enthusiasts, don't get excited. We're just gonna burn a little bit, mouth it, see what the flavor's like. It's not fruity on the smell. It's definitely not fruity in the flavor. The smoke on that Sour Cherry Gelato, it's not really sour either. I get a really earthy gas. That's what the flavor's like on that Sour Cherry Gelato. Definitely the mouth coat and everything though, very modern, dank, gassy, exotic. And the Sour Cherry Gelato, that is of course going to be a super polyhybrid strain. I would definitely say this is gonna give you right in the middle all day effects. All right, up next, let's check out the Kush Mints. Now, Kush Mints is not a classic legacy strain by any means. This is a right in the middle hybrid strain that was created here in California and really became popular within like the last 10 years. Let's open it up. And I've smelled some minty Kush mints before. This one has a little bit of a mint. And when I say mint, I don't mean like a candy mint. I mean literally like a plant, like the plant mint. It's got that little bit of mintiness and that white dog shit. All right. It's got the white dog shit terps. It's not actually terps, right? They're VSCs and aldehydes, but just for the sake of being funny and being gimmicky or whatever, it's got the white dog shit terps, all right? And if you've been on my channel, you know that is a good thing, all right? Because when strains have that white dog shit smell, that means they got that really nice, classic, dank diesel to them. And so looks-wise, I mean, this is super modern, super frosty, incredibly frosty. It's got that classic Kush mints look, which is kind of a purple flower covered in frost. And I mean, you know, I think you can see the looks speak for themselves. That's some really nice looking flower. We got some super, you know, a super nice manicure trim job. Everything's looking good. Nice nug structure. It's dense, but it's still got, you know, you can see some calyxes and stuff in there. Really frosty. Again, top shelf indoor flower. Let's taste a little bit. A real nice, gassy, again, it's just gassy. It's like gassy fumes. Even though I'm not inhaling it, you can tell that it's got that white dog shit diesel. And that's the type of thing that really lingers in the back of the throat. So that's the Kush mints. This is one of those strains, again, it's not an old strain, but it's not necessarily a new strain. If you are a type 1 THC cannabis lover, I'm sure you've tried the strain before, you know about it. It's a classic at this point. Not much needs to be said about it. It's Kush mints. Its reputation precedes it. I don't know how sustainable this whole mouth in the smoke thing is gonna last. Your mouth is a great like blood barrier, the membrane or whatever, and so I have caught definitely a little buzz off of just mouthing this smoke. All right, I think we're gonna have to just go back to letting Mrs. Shabazz try the flower. Anyways, this is the green crack. It's got a lemon, damn, I can't even talk. It's got a lemon lime smell. I haven't come across any green crack since I was probably like 17 years old, honestly. Really, well, no, 18 or 19 actually, my bad. Maybe 19. Anyways, since I was 18 or 19 years old, the last time I came across some green crack that I can recall. I've probably seen some in like dispensaries and stuff since then, but I mean, this looks really good. You know, green crack is a heavy, I don't want to say heavy, but it's a mostly sativa strain. It's a sativa dominant strain. And whenever you're dealing with a sativa dominant genetic, you kind of have to worry about larf and the buds being stretched out and everything. This looks pretty good. It's got actually a really nice dense nug structure, which green crack is denser for a sativa hybrid. So there's one of the green crack nugs. And it's just got a really nice, well, it might be nice to some people, might be not nice to others, but extremely light green, almost a highlighter green color to it. Relatively frosty, like I said, it's got a nice dense nug structure for being a sativa dominant strain. And because it is so light green, it's hard to make out how frosty it is, but it definitely does have a decent amount of frost, a decent amount of trichome coverage on it. This is definitely this is definitely some indoor flower as well. It's not going to look as super colorful and exotic as, you know, some of the other strains, but this is an older strain. This is a strain from what, the early 2000s, I believe. So, but that's good looking. That's a good looking, more of a legacy, definitely a classic cult strain, green crack. I think it's really dope that a better dispensary is carrying strains like green crack. I think that more companies need to carry these legacy strains like this. Yeah, the gelatos and the runts and all that is really dope. But now that people are buying this THCA online and everything, there's a lot of people that would benefit from going back and having a library of those classic strains and be able to try again. Like I said, I have a strong buzz going, all right? Like, I'm chill, but I'm bordering on not chill. And so I'm going to pass on tasting this green crack, unfortunately, but the last thing I need is like a sativa rush as a nightcap, all right? That's not what I need at all. But I think this is really good looking. For an older strain, an older genetic, is really good. Like I said, I'm just glad that they have this available. All right, let's take a look at these gummies, all right? Not much we can really do as far as taste them and everything. These are just, you know, some regular gummies. I imagine we got like a strawberry kiwi flavor, something like a blue, oh well, it smells very sugary. It's definitely like a strawberry watermelon, strawberry kiwi. Like a blue raspberry, I gave him a little lick. And nice and sugary. What's crazy about these though is these are 20 milligrams each, I think, and 20 milligrams of THC, that's a lot. And some people are gonna be like, yo, I do like 75 milligram chocolate chip cookies, you're a pussy. Look, the standard dose for an edible is 10 milligrams. And for your average adult, that is enough to get you that like really, I'm edible faded, I'm high, just gone, all right? 10 milligrams. 20 milligrams is twice that strength. So off a 20 milligram gummy, you can expect to be faded for hours. All right, you can expect to be faded for like a good 5 or 6 hours and just faded the whole time. All right, that's a decent amount of THC. And I know some of y'all think you're superheroes or whatever, you think you're Omni-Man. You know, you sit there and eat 150 milligram nerds ropes and shit. This isn't for you, all right? This is for the average person that doesn't take cannabis to a narcotic level. A 20 milligram is going to, that's going to test you. That's going to test a lot of people's limits. All right, so that was some of the products from A Better Dispensary out of North Carolina. They got flower, they got gummies, they got new strains, they got some classic strains. I have to give my disclaimer though for every THCA video. Remember that THCA flower is just regular weed. I know they call it hemp. They say it's less than 0.3% Delta 9, whatever. If you get pulled over or caught with the police in an illegal or even a legal state and they test it, when they test it, they're gonna decarb it and all that THC is gonna come back as Delta 9 THC. So when you're messing with THCA flower, keep in mind, it's not necessarily officially legal. People interpret the Farm Bill as legalizing it, but most of the time law enforcement sees it a different way. So treat THCA flower with extreme respect, extreme caution. I wouldn't recommend driving around with it, walking around with it, smoking it in public, whatever. You don't want to catch a case, all right? Just because you can order it online does not mean that your local law enforcement is going to let it slide. If you've tried A Better Dispensary, let me know about it down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about these strains down in the comments. If you got any cool stories about any of these, especially the green crack, let me know about it down in the comments. While you're down in the description checking out my merch and my Patreon, make sure you join the Discord and make sure you follow me on Instagram. Hit like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. I appreciate each and every one of y'all so much, and I sincerely hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night. I'm gonna catch you on the next video. Peace.